What is up, everybody? Welcome to the channel. On today's video we're going to talk about a product. This is going to be a product review and test. I've been a little busy, that's why I haven't made a little video in a while, but as you can see, I installed this windmill today. That's a 10-foot tall windmill. And also over the course of a week or so, along with maintaining this property and keeping it nice, doing trails. If you saw other videos that I was doing this week, I installed LED light whips on my son's quad. Oh, this thing is awesome, but he loves it. It's really cool. I think it's great that it's more of a visual thing for me, especially if he's riding and it's starting to get dark, or we're up in the woods. The canopy of the leaves makes it a little bit darker. But I also installed a winch on the brute force. That's something I did this week. I also remedied my wet field problem, because that's all mowed, with some mud tires for the Simplicity Broadmoor. So now it's a beast. If it wasn't a beast before, it was. Now it's a real beast. This thing is almost virtually unstoppable. But anyways, I brought you all out here. Let me get these lights off here. I brought you all out here because I was contacted by the Auxito company. Auxito saw my video that I did for Last Fit with their portable rechargeable air compressor. And they said, we would love for you to test our product. Their product is a direct competitor for their product, for Last Fit's product. They have a rechargeable, portable air compressor. Now we're going to go over this. If you want to skip ahead to the testing portion, I want you to know that we have a lot of things. Those tires, those tires, those tires, those tires. I got my dirt bike. We have the truck tires. We put some 35-inch Nitto Recon grapplers on the Ram. We got those, and I've also got another set of wheels that I put snow tires that are studded on the stock rims for that truck, so I could just switch them out for the winter time. I've also got those, and I'm going to be doing this on all of them. Then I'm going to do a direct competition between Last Fit's portable air compressor and Auxito's portable air compressor. This is really cool. Diving into their company's page, I will leave links in the description for all this information. But diving into this company's page, they sell more than air compressors. They're a lighting system company, and they have crazy bright headlights for vehicles and things like that, like tons and tons of different lights. But they provided me with their air compressor. They're proud of it, and I'm excited to get testing it. Okay, we'll use the brute force as a little table here, but we're going to do a small unboxing. I'm not going to get too into the unboxing because people really don't like unboxings, but we're going to get into this. Open it up. We've got the cables and the accessories, not only to charge it, but the needles and the different attachments that you might need to air up different things. You've got your air tube manual, and you've also got a carrying bag. So the meat and potatoes of this thing, this is the air compressor. I would, as you can see, it fits in my hand. I would have to say it weighs about 2 pounds, probably 2 pounds. This is all black. I don't know if they have another one. You got some in and some out ports on both sides. You've got the connection for the air tube, and this is also an emergency light. So powering this thing up, you got some buttons here. This is your light button. This is your options up. This is your power button. This is your options down. And then this is your, I believe it's the one that makes it go. I'll demonstrate that in a second. So we're going to turn this on. Really cool display, really nice. I love the colors. I think that's cool. I love the fact that you got a digital display of how much battery life is left in this, because that's real important. if you're in an emergency situation, you want to know how much juice you have left on this thing. I was using this a little bit, 6.5. That's how much air pressure is in my Simplicity Broadmoor tires. But let's see here. Oh, okay, that changes the menu. So on the bottom here, so for this you're not going to see anything. That's just PSI direct. You set it and then it'll go to it. You hit it again, you got the orange circle there, I see. And then there's a little car that shows up. Hit it again, get the blue circle that shows up, and there's a little bike that shows up here on the bottom. You hit it again and there's a yellow circle that shows up, and you got looks like a motorbike. Hit it again and then there's a green one that shows up, and then there's a ball showing you that that this would be your sports ball. So you're gonna ask, why would you need these different presets? Well, because if you only had a few things, if you had, you know, a lawnmower, a bicycle, and a dirt bike, you could preset this to the PSI that you want. So every time you go to that different one, it's already on the setting. That's really cool. So here you got the ports for charging it. I've been charging it with the USB-C, but there are ports for you to charge it with the aux cables and the plug-in cables into the wall. So let me get this stuff out. Pause the video real quick. Okay, it comes with this bag. This is the bag you would put it in to store it in your vehicle, or you know, in your shed or toolbox or wherever. I put all the plug-in items in here when I put it back the other day. So you got your 12 volt. A lot of people call this the cigarette lighter. It's just your 12 volt port. A lot of things exactly right like this brute force has a 12 volt port. You don't need it, but if you needed to charge your power station here, you certainly could. Mind you, friends, like, you could plug in your cell phone. You could use this as an external battery and plug in your cell phone and charge it. It's really cool. USB-C. And all your needles. And then your air tube. Your air tube. Okay, it's got an auto shut off. That's nice. Your air tube will go in the top here. Very difficult with one hand. There's a little warning on here. It appears that this hose might get hot with extended use, but there's a little warning on there. Alright, so now I'm going to test to show you how loud it is. Let's turn this baby back on. Okay. So to turn this on, now that I remember, you're going to hit the power button. You're going to like tap it. So 32 psi this is set at. You hit the button. There you go. On and off. It'll go to that psi and then shut off. It also has an emergency light. Let me get this hose off. It also has an emergency light here on the top. I'm going to push it once, it'll turn on. Push it again. This is a blinking red light. Push it again, it's a light that's also red. It's blinking a little bit faster. Looks like in the SOS Morse code. And then you got off. Well, that's cool. I've tested this light. It's not crazy bright. It is bright enough to illuminate an emergency situation if you were on the side of the road somewhere. Okay, what I'm going to do is put that down on 4 psi, and then I'm going to let air out of this tire. Okay, now it's hooked back up. I'm going to start the compressor, and it's going to take it to 4 psi and shut off. There you have it. Looks like it has a hard time reading the lower numbers. Okay. Yeah, it looks like it's coming in and out. Looks like it has a hard time reading the lower numbers. That's why we do these tests, everybody. We do these tests to find out things like that. Okay, I gotta say, feels like it did. Okay, what I'm doing here is hooking it up to the Simplicity Broadmoor here in these meaty mud tires, and it's reading 4.5%. But what I'm gonna do is take it up to 6.5. There we go, and air these tires up. That fast. So if you have a small leak, these modern air compressors are pretty quick, especially on these smaller tires. So far it passed the test on the lawnmower and the quad. Now we're going to come over to my truck. We're going to do the tire pressure in the truck tires. Going to give you a little heads up. Vehicle tires, because of their volume, meaning they have a lot of air inside them, they will take longer. So don't expect a 5-second tire reinflation, but I have all the faith in the world that it can handle this. So let me get this hooked up and I'll be right back. Alright, so it's all hooked up. It's hooked up here to the 35-inch Nitto Recon grapplers here on my Ram. I had a difficult time getting it on the valve stem here because of the limited space with the wheel. If it had a metal valve stem, I probably would not have actually been able to get this on here. Along with me testing these products and reviewing these products for all these different companies, at the end I'm going to provide my opinion and maybe some recommendations as to how they can improve it. But, you know, it is on there and it is reading. It's reading 39 PSI. So what I'm going to do is set it to 39, and then I'm going to let a bunch of air out of this tire, and we're going to see if it'll fill it up. In the past, a lot of people have negative opinions about these small air compressors, and I demonstrated one before. Some of these small air compressors are not strong enough to actually inflate the tire. They could take it up and maybe get you to an emergency station where you could get some help or get a new tire, get it replaced. But typically, in the past, these things have not been very reliable. So it's time to step up. Auxito says it can do it, so let's see. Okay, I let some air out of the tire. As you can see, it's a little squatty. Hooked it back up, and it's reading 30.5 PSI. So we're going to hit the button and see how long it takes to bring this thing back up to 39. So it's got to go 8.5 PSI. This is a large tire. There's a big volume of air inside it. So let's see if it can handle it. There you have it, guys. Congratulations, Auxito, you made a amazing product. The fact that you could air this tire up on the side of the road, this would be awesome. If you had a breakdown, you had to pull off into a parking spot, this is not going to leave you high and dry. If you did notice, it did use, let's see, that's at 70. It was at 95 when it started, so about 25% of the battery. So that being said, you could get 4 of these tires roughly for these tires inflated. Maybe not from 0, you know, because it's a large tire, but a car tire, certainly, you know, 8, 10. I would say probably even 12. We're going to test that here soon. My wife, actually, in her Durango, we keep the Last Fit portable rechargeable air compressor. So when she gets home tonight, I'm going to take it out of their car, and then through the magic of television and this video, I'm going to zap into tomorrow, where I'm able to test both of these products side by side. But this thing performed exactly like it should. Aired up this big old tire. I'm going to charge it back up so that both of these air pumps, these air compressors, are on equal playing fields, and then we're gonna have them face each other in a compressor challenge. I forgot to mention, I get a lot of comments about these wheels. These are fuel lethals, in case anybody was wondering. Alright guys, today is the very next day, like I said, and I retrieved out of my wife's car the Last Fit portable air compressor that I did a review on last year, and I'm going to be comparing it to the Auxito portable air compressor. I had to come inside to talk about these two air pumps because it started to pour outside, so I will be getting to those tires here in a second. But what I did is I got the Last Fit portable air compressor out of my wife's car, and she's had it in there for emergencies for the last year, per se. I'm going to compare it directly to this Auxito portable air compressor because both of these air compressors report that their numbers are very, very similar. Both of these have 7,800 milliamperage hour batteries. Both of them promote, now I'm going to, you know, 34 liters per minute as far as airflow. The Last Fit 2024 update is 36 liters per minute. So very, very comparable. Both of them have a light. Both of them come with accessories like charging cables, air tubes, things like that. Both of them can be used as power banks. You could use both of these to charge your devices. Now, as you can see, both of them are similar but different in their own ways as far as shape. Let me show you here. I'll turn the camera around. Okay, your Auxito pump is taller, more shaped like a rectangle, where your Last Fit pump is more square shaped. Both of them weigh roughly the same. I can say that the Last Fit has a longer air tube that comes with it. It's longer by about, oh, I don't know, 5 or 6 inches. It's quite a bit longer. But we will now compare these two in a equal test and see which one outperforms the other, and then we'll also talk about battery consumption. To turn these devices on, you're going to push the power button here on the Auxito. You're going to hold it down till you get that, and on the Last Fit you're going to hold it down here till you get that. Now this one has a really cool color display. That's pretty neat. This one doesn't. It's kind of basic, but it's really more functional than it is cosmetic, you know. This one, you know, just looks a lot better. That's all. But both of these are fully charged. I charged both of them today. This one uses like a bar system, so as you can see on here, there's a 4-bar system. So I would assume every one of those bars is roughly 25%, if I was a betting man. And then here is a numbered system. From what I've seen, it goes down by like 5, so it's like 95, 90, 85, 80, that type of thing. So we'll be testing that as well to see if these two devices perform differently, and if one lasts longer than the other, even though they claim the same output. Alright guys, so here I am at the storage trailer here. I keep a lot of secret stuff in there. But what I did when I upgraded the wheels and tires on my Ram is I took the stock wheels and I put some winter tires on them. That way it would just be easier just to take the whole setup off and switch them over for winter time. So what I have here, I just brought 2 of them out obviously. We've got brand new Cooper Discoverer Snowclaw tires. These are studded winter tires. I can't wait to get these things out on the road. But we have them installed on these Ram wheels. Both of these tires are exactly the same. Both of these tires are brand new. There is not a difference at all whatsoever. Trying to make this test as equal as I can. And I'm going to hook these things up, take them down to probably 30 psi or so, and we're going to see which one of these pumps can air it up the fastest. Also the most efficient, to see whether or not these pumps themselves can hold up to their claim of a 7,800 milliamperage hour battery. Alright, so I got them hooked up, guys. Like I said, both of these are fully charged. Currently it's reading 36.5 psi. This one is fully charged and reading 36.5 psi. So I'm going to take these down to 30 psi, each of them, and then we're going to hook them up, let them go at the same time, see which one can pump them up faster. Alright guys, so I got them hooked up. I got both of these tires aired down to 30.5 psi, and as you can read here, the Auxito 30.5 is hooked up to that tire. The last fit 30.5 is hooked up to this tire. But what I'm gonna do, and these pumps don't know it until it's about to happen, to make this fair, I've already got them hooked up to these tires. I'm gonna switch them. I had them hooked up the entire time to the same tire, and just to be fair, to make sure there's nothing, you know, nefarious going on here, I'm gonna switch these pumps to the opposite tire to make it fair. Okay, now I have them switched over. We are dancing on this one between 30.5 to 30.5 over here as well. Let it a little bit out just to be fair. Okay, 30.5, 30.5. They are now hooked up on opposite tires. I had them the other way first. And now I'm going to start these at the exact same time to see which one of these pumps airs it up faster. So here we go. Let's see, the last fit turned off. Looks like it has a auto shut off that's a little bit shorter than the Auxito. So 3, 2, 1. There they go. Last fit's up to 31. Auxito's up to 32. 31.5. This is a race, guys. We have one. We have a race. 32.5. This one's coming up on 32. Looks like the Auxito's ahead by a little bit. They're going to go to 36.5 before they shut off. The sound coming from both of them, because both of them are, you know, they're loud. They sound exactly the same. They're both the same as far as loudness. 33.5 on this one. 33. Looks like the Auxito's pulling away. 33.5 on this one. 33.5. 34. Auxito's a little bit ahead, about a half a psi. We have a race. So far about 10 seconds behind. 35.5, 35.5. It's a dead heat. It is dead even. Let's see who reaches 36 first. They're going to last fit, pull the head, 36. Last fit is done, 36.5. Comeback victory. I'll tell you what, guys, that was actually fun. I liked it. As you could see, the last fit was behind the entire way. Or was it? You know, is this PSI thing accurate? The last fit air pump was behind the entire way until about the last 30 seconds. It did finish before the Auxito by about 10 seconds. Honestly, these things are so dead even. You would have to take price point into consideration. We also wanted to talk about longevity. This thing shows 85%. And of course, since this doesn't have a number, this just uses the bar. This still shows 4 bars. But could it be 85%? It certainly could be. Because to me, each one of those bars would be 25%. So it hasn't gotten down to 75% yet. But dead even, guys. Dead even. One finished a few seconds in front of the other, but dead even. This Auxito air pump certainly is worth the money. I give it my thumbs up. Now we're going to do my recommendations, some things I like about the units, some things I don't like about the units, and then we'll end this video. Okay, as you saw, both of those air pumps performed great. I'm going to leave it up to you guys. I'll leave it up to you whether or not you think the Auxito portable air compressor is better or worse than the LastFit portable air compressor. There are some major differences, and I do want to talk about some of the things I like and some of the things I don't like about each device. So let me turn the camera around here and I'll talk about some of them. Okay, first thing I want to mention about the LastFit. The LastFit has a better air cable. Not only is it longer, but the connection for this pump is just a twist. There's like 2 little O-rings on there to make sure it seals. And then it's a twist. You push in and then twist it. You do that one-handed. It takes 2 seconds. The Auxito has a turn screw style where you have to rotate this entire thing to get it off. As you can see there, let's see if it'll focus. It's a little brass connection. There is an O-ring here at the top to make sure it seals. This also has rubber because this can get hot during operation. But it has a screw style connection where when you turn it, see, it's hard to do with one hand. When you turn it, it goes in just like that. There we go. Turn the device. Right there. And that right there is how you connect both of these. Okay, second thing I'm going to bring up. Both of these have lights. Both of them are a little bit different in their own ways. As you can see from the bulb here, you got the LastFit and then you got the Auxito. The light itself, I would say the LastFit's a little bit brighter, only because this cover, I feel like it diffuses the light a little bit. But when I push this button here to turn it on, it illuminates. So one good thing I could say about the Auxito air compressor here is this light will operate with this off. This one here, as you can see, has to be on for this light to work. Now you could see here, I'm gonna point it against the wall here. I'm gonna put this one down and this one down. The light is just more of a spotlight and it projects further, and to me it's brighter than the Auxito light, which you could see barely changes as you put the light down. So does it illuminate? Yes. It doesn't illuminate as well as the LastFit light. But I do like the fact that you can operate the light while this unit is off. You don't have to turn it on. Okay, another good thing that I like about the LastFit over the Auxito is on the back of the LastFit, you're going to see these little rubber tabs. See those little rubber tabs? I wish the Auxito had something like that, whether it be on the back or on the bottom, something to keep this thing from sliding around. You guys asked for my opinion and I'm giving it to you. I would love to see some sort of rubber little dot or rubber little, you know, something. Maybe make the case out of rubber or something like that. Something to where it won't slide. Because you could put this LastFit air compressor on the hood of your car and it won't slide off. You know, this little rubber thing keeps it on there. You can't do that with this. And aside from like tube length, because this has a longer tube, what I would like to see, and neither of these pumps have it, some people would talk about the button design. I'm okay with either one. But what I would like to see these pumps, each one of them, neither one of them has it, is I would love to see a purge valve. When you hook these pumps up to a valve stem, it reads, the only way for you to let air out of that device is for you to unhook this or unscrew it partially and allow the air to come out. It would be great if there was a button up here or a button down here, something where I could push and the air would come out the side, the top, the bottom, wherever. Either one of these pumps would benefit from something like that, where if you overinflated something, it was easy to let the air out. And also, if you had your machine still hooked up while that was going on, you could read constant pressure and you wouldn't let too much air out. It would be a real benefit to both of these air pumps, but neither of these pumps have it. And that's going to wrap up the video, guys. But I did want to thank Auxito for sending me this air pump. I love it, actually. This air pump is going with me in my truck wherever I go. And I'm going to put it right in, I'll show you where I'm going to put it here in a second. But I'm going to put it in my truck in the floor compartment right behind the driver's seat. And it's going with me everywhere. I can't wait to use these. Okay, in my truck, right behind the driver's seat, there's this little compartment. Inside this compartment, I'm going to put that compressor right there for emergencies. I can't wait. Hopefully I don't have to use it, but I can't wait to just know and have the security in mind that I have it along with me. Yesterday, actually, I was driving by somebody and they were trying to put a spare on their car, and their spare was flat. A lot of people run into that situation. Their spare is flat, and I was able to air it up for them. But just another reason you need one in your vehicle. Now, as far as my recommendations and little pet peeves I have about this pump or the other pump, these are my opinions, guys. The company sent me these items and they asked for an honest review. These are just my opinions. You might find some of the things I brought up trivial and maybe they don't mean that much to you, and that's fine. But to me, little things like that would make this pump better. In the past, I've also had a good relationship with companies who took some of my advice and made their product better. So I would love to see a new version, maybe in a year or two, with some of the things that I brought up, because that would mean they watch this video and they cherish my opinion. But I really love this pump. I want to thank you guys. Links will be in the description where you can get this pump. If you want the last fit pump, you're gonna have to watch that video. I'll leave that link in the description below too. But this is Josh from the 570. We'll see you next time.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side.